UCLA Next starts now. I'm Scott Meklowitz.
I'm Merritt McCoy.
And I'm Cheryl Humana, and this is UCLA Next. Tonight we'll meet the UCLA superfan, Captain Helmet.
This guy is down in the front at every game with a basketball on his head. Tonight we'll find out why he does that.
Ooh, one can only hope. Bob Rosen will visit Pomodoro with actor, producer, writer Jack Larson for a second look at the Jane Bridges film, The China Syndrome.
We'll end the show with our campus explorers, Valerie and Alex, as they take a look behind the scenes here at Melnitz Hall.
There's a stretch. A film school crew explores the film school.
Did they come and play in your yard and not invite you?
Who plays in a yard?
Well, okay, we're going to begin the show with a new segment, The Campus Gourmet.
This guy goes around solving students' culinary crises.
Isn't that culinary?
Okay, no, it's culinary crises.
Try to say that 10 times.
Okay, culinary crises, culinary crises,
The
culinary
guy
crises,
cooks.
culinary
He
crises,
cooks.
culinary crises, culinary crises,
Apparently.
culinary crises,
Culinary
culinary
crises.
crises, culinary crises,
food.
culinary crises.
Hi, I'm John Down, the Campus Gourmet. In today's program, we're going to show you how easy and fun it is to create nutritious and well-balanced meals. We'll be visiting Erica in her apartment. But first of all, we're here at the Arthur Ashe Center to speak to one of the leading dietitians on how important good food is for us.
Well, unfortunately, 75% of college students fail to meet the current recommendations for at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. And because of their busy lifestyle, not having very much time nor having much money, they tend to resort to fast food diets, which traditionally are very high in saturated and trans fat and very low in fruits and vegetables.
Okay, Erica, today we're going to cook grilled salmon in a cream and chive sauce. We're going to have some steamed veggies on the side, and for dessert we're going to have banana flambé. Okay, so the main thing is salmon, enough for 4 people. We're going to pan fry it, or you can grill it. Then for the sauce, you can either use white wine or preferably Noilly Prat, which is a fabulous French aperitif which makes such a difference. You need cream, chives, and a few shallots. Don't worry about the quantities, just go with what you feel is right. Then for the veg, carrots, preferably organic, some broccoli, enough for 4 again. For dessert, you want nice firm green bananas, a lemon, an orange, and some rum or vodka or preferably brandy. Okay, so now we're going to prepare the vegetables, and in fact we're going to cook them in the microwave. In this dish, 2 tablespoons of water, cover it in plastic film, 7 minutes on high, and they come out beautifully al dente.
Now, what does al dente mean?
Al dente is Italian for meaning agreeable to the teeth, which means they're not too soggy but slightly crunchy, and crunchy's good. Broccoli in here, carrots in here, water in here, and 7 minutes in the microwave. Okay, the sauce is the most important thing in this, and it takes the longest time. So first of all, we're going to braise the shallots for about 6 minutes in this Italian virgin olive oil. Probably the closest I'll get to an Italian virgin. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful, look at that. This is a beautiful piece of salmon. When you're looking at fish, always make sure that the scales aren't slimy and that the flesh is firm and responds to the touch like that. Okay, look, the shallots are done. They've been there for 6 minutes. We're now going to pan fry the salmon on each side for 6 minutes again. Just like this. Throw it in. Okay, here goes the Noilly Prat. Here goes the stock. Beautiful. Here goes about half the chives. And finally, here goes the cream. And now it's beginning to thicken up, and it should take about 5 minutes. Okay, so look, salmon is almost done, sauce is ready, vegetables just dinged, all ready to go. I think we can eat. Okay, the final thing with the sauce is to add the remainder of the fresh chives. Just like that. Beautiful. And finally, we're just going to drizzle some butter on the carrots. Perfect. The final preparation before we eat is to zest the lemons, squeeze the juice out, like that, and get the bananas and slice them lengthwise. Ouch. Ready for the flambe. Rum's nice and hot, pour that on. And hooray! Look at that! Beautiful. So how was it, everyone?
Oh, great, wonderful.
Ah. Nice little Californian number. Cheeky, fruity.
You get the feeling this campus gourmet guy is just trying to get lucky?
All right, what are you talking about? He's cooking.
Cooking, come on. I thought he was going to hurt himself with that knife. He can't cook any better than I can.
I think Scott's just trying to escape us into another segment.
What, you giving up on going to dinner with Bob Rosen?
I'm just saying that. We have this guy worming his way into a woman's apartment in the middle of the day with a big bottle of rum going on about stroking fish.
He's a little envious, and I'm going to pretend he didn't say that.
Let's just take that look at Captain Helmet.
The guy with the basketball on his head?
That's the one.
My thing generally is to lead 8 claps, to get people to stand up and jump up and down and make noise. Lead cheers like UCLA. I am a political science and history double major. When I first started coming to UCLA, I really felt that athletics was secondary. And it took me a couple of years of attending before I decided, you know what, I'm at UCLA and I might as well go see a football game. I mean, you know, I'm a student, I might as well do it. I mean, people tell me, oh dude, I saw you on TV. Or dude, I saw you at the game. Or something to that effect. You know, I saw you here, I saw you there. And it's always nice to be recognized, I guess, and appreciated. Dion Caluso, he used to be a Yell crew leader here a couple of years ago, brought a cutout basketball to one of the games. I think it was an Arizona game. And he said, who wants to wear this? And I thought, cool. Because I had already been wearing the football helmet to the games, and I didn't have anything to wear on my head to the basketball games, so I tried it. For some odd reason, I decided that I wanted to hide my eyes. I don't know why. Maybe it was just part of the image that it would look better. Maybe it's because the eyes are the window to the soul. I had purchased a sunglass from someplace up at Tahoe. It's really neat. It's basically something similar, very similar to this, but instead of having these little ear things, it had Velcro. So you just kind of go like this and strap it on back here, and no matter what you do, you can't shake it off. I think it was used primarily for something like jet skiing or water skiing or something like that, because you get a lot of bouncing, and so that was the purpose of it. But now that I have the ball, that I have like like this. This is more or less something to, I don't know, mask my identity or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what the best way to say that is. It gets hot under that cutout basketball, and so I put in like an anti-fog, so it doesn't fog up, but it will still fog up on occasion, so I still have to reapply it. The reason I chose one was because UCLA Bruins #1. Some people claim, call me their #1 fan because I wear #1, but that's not the reason that I did it. Part of the reason that I get in the front row is because I am within earshot of the opponent, and it is a lot of fun to heckle the opponent. I try to set an example for the new kids, the incoming freshmen, and those people who have never been to a UCLA event, to say, well, gee, that guy's a good fan. I want to be like him.
He certainly symbolizes those of us that are freaks and true followers of the UCLA program and their ups and downs. So I think that he has a name kind of personifies, who he is, in that he's not really Roy the student. He's Captain Helmet at every game, and I mean, you just got to look at him. I mean, what else can I say?
If I can help make one more person a fan, and an active fan, a participating fan, and that person can help one more person, and one more person, and one more person, pretty soon we're going to have a stadium full of really great fans. It's living the tradition and the customs of UCLA. It's really fantastic, and so yeah, it does make me feel sometimes like I'm on top of the world. That's why I'm doing this.
You didn't tell me it was a blue basketball on his head.
Yeah.
I mean, it was very fetching.
Fetching, I'm sure fetching was the effect he was going for.
Let's go to Pomodoro with Bob Rosen and his guest Jack Larson for a second look at the China syndrome.
Hello, I'm Bob Rosen, Dean of UCLA School of Theater, Film, and Television, and I'd like to welcome you here for a second look at the movies. Those movies from the past that you saw that stick in your memory and won't go away and you want to take a look at again, and maybe it's a film that you never did get to see but wish you had. Well, now's that moment for a second look at the movies, and what better place to talk about movies than at a really, really great restaurant with a good friend. The restaurant here is Pomodoro here in Westwood, where many of the patrons at the James Bridges Theater come either before or after a show for a great Italian meal. And with me is Jack Larson, who is the good friend, actor, producer, writer, and supporter of the school, including through the Bridges Larson Foundation that helps to keep that theater running. Now, we're real proud of the theater as a place to see the best in cinema, particularly from the UCLA Film and Television Archive. We're also proud of the association with James Bridges. It's in his memory is an honor for us, since he was one of the most versatile and talented people in the Hollywood community. In trying to think of what movie to take a second look at that James Bridges did, I was torn between Urban Cowboy, The Paper Chase, Mike's Murder, Bright Lights, Big City, but settled on the 1979 film, The China Syndrome. It was a film that in its time was extraordinarily relevant. It's interesting that 11 days after that film premiered, the 3 Mile Island accident, nuclear accident, happened, and that seemed to fulfill all of the predictions that were made in the movie. The question I had is, looking back at that film now, is the message still relevant about the dangers of nuclear power? And also, how does it stand up as a movie? I must say, when I looked at it the other night on a DVD, I was very, very pleased on both counts that the movie was not simply about a disaster. It was a suspense movie about people, about politics, about power. And in terms of the performances, Jane Fonda was absolutely extraordinary. Jack Lemmon brings an intensity to the role that's memorable, and a very long-haired Michael Douglas, who also produced the film, recalls very much the period and the great promise he had for the future as well. Jack Larson, you're very, very close with Jim Bridges. Why did he choose this particular subject matter? Was it a political decision, or was he just a good storyteller who can see the suspense nature of that story?
Well, they came to him. They wanted him to do it. Actually, Michael Douglas had tried to do a film, had a script, which the ending worked. The script basically didn't work, but the ending worked. It was about a documentary filmmaker. Richard Dreyfuss was going to play that part. And Jane Fonda separately had her own film company, and her company and Michael co-produced it with our company. I was vice president of Jim's company. They couldn't get their movies green-lighted, and so she wanted to do a film about Silkwood, Karen Silkwood, and they couldn't lick it. So she actually came to Jim. Jim was very eminent with intelligent films, let's put it that way, after the paper chase, and came and said, if we pool our resources, Michael Douglas, Jane Fonda Productions, and all that, can you make a film out of it about this nuclear situation? And Jim felt a great responsibility. He didn't really want to do it. He felt it was too iffy a responsibility. It had to be absolutely accurate. So he started looking into it, and Jane Fonda hounded him. We were all old friends, that he should do that. Everybody brings resources. And Columbia said if Jim would do it, they would green light it if we do a script.
The details are amazing, and so is the language they use.
Yes, absolutely accurate. And so what Jim, when he started doing that film, every day he would pray that he would fulfill this project. He felt it was very important, and he didn't want to be inaccurate. He didn't want to overstate. And the thing that I can say about it is that if he hadn't made that film, because it's his film, with really good people, Jimmy Crabe shot it, George Jenkins did the sets, everything was, that you would never have heard of 3 Mile Island, because what turned out was there had been 2 other accidents that they'd been able to hush up, General Electric and the government. You know, Carter was president, said this couldn't happen. News people, they said this would never, when the film came out, and then 3 Mile Island happened, it was like Jaws. It became a news story every time a shark came up after Jaws when you have a hit film. And after the Chinatown, which opened big, due to a lot of it was due to General Electric, who tried to censor the film. They made the nuclear reactors. And Jane Fonda was going to be on Barbara Walters, the General Electric sponsor, Barbara Walters. They withdrew their sponsorship because they knew this film was coming out. They didn't want this, and it became a news story. So by the time the film opened, it was already a news story.
The performances are really quite extraordinary.
Yes.
And in fact, the performances in all of Jim's films are extraordinary. Does it have something to do with his own past experience as an actor?
Yes, it did. He knew how to deal with actors. He knew how to do things with Jack Lemmon. Jack Lemmon is always Jack Lemmon. And when he agreed to do the film, which was a wonderful thing, Jim would always say they would shoot, and then Jim would say to Jack Lemmon after he said, it's too lemony. Too lemony. And then Jack Lemmon would finally look up after a scene and say, too lemony? And Jim said, too lemony. And so he gave, I think that's his one performance that you won't find a lot of what the public knows of Jack Lemmon.
The feeling I have is that this is a film now that people are talking about nuclear power again in light of the energy crisis. People ought to take a second look at. And more than that, I think they'll find it's an enjoyable experience. They'll enjoy the performances. And it's also a way of recognizing the enduring achievements over time of James Bridges.
And it works as a suspense film. That's the way it works.
Yeah. Time to take a look at that film again. Now I guess it's time to eat.
Did you recognize Jack Larson from that Superman TV show?
The old black and white show where Superman, he wears this guy in long underwear, right? Right?
It was very big at the time. George Reeves, the actor who played Superman, was so identified with the part that he couldn't get any other parts.
I know how he felt.
Poor Scott. Another week goes by with no invitation from Dean Rosen.
And no afternoon rendezvous in a co-ed's kitchen.
Hey, I just don't bring my
Scott.
camera.
And we are so grateful for that. Let's see what Valerie and Alex got up to this week.
We are here in front of Melonitz Hall to interview Chris.
How did you get this job?
We are here in front of
Melonitz Hall
to interview
Chris Kopel.
the
Oh, you got me on that one.
Director of Operations here
Yeah.
at Melonitz Hall. So what? What?
I think I love you.
Whatever.
Hi. Hi. Oh, hey. Let's talk into the camera first. Hey, this is Alex. We're here at UCLA. We're interviewing Chris Kopel, Director of Operations. Here he is, Chris.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, sorry. Basically, there's this TV show on called UCLA Next, and we're a part of it. Actually, we're kind of like the
Dynamic duo.
right, sure, the Andy Roonies.
No, I like Rookie.
Andy Rookies. And basically we're here to ask you some questions. Director of Operations. What on earth does that mean?
I'll let you know as soon as I find out.
Cool, all right.
Basically, it's a big building that we use here, Melonitz Hall. It's got 6 sound stages, 24 edit suites, theaters, re-recording, scoring stage, and it's my responsibility to make sure it's always running.
I hear UCLA is one of the top film schools. I don't know, I don't see any movies being made right. Well, we got this thing being made.
Right here?
Right here. So,
It's, personally, I think it's the best film school for independent filmmaking.
Really?
There are other film schools that are based more on the sort of the more commercial aspect. But this one really nurtures the independent thinking. So why are you really here?
Okay, well, I heard a rumor. It always starts with me. I always hear the rumors, and I heard that UCLA Next is filmed in this building, and I wanted to know, can we...
if I...
if it's
and
okay.
her could,
if it's okay, because... could we see...
Check it out.
Yeah.
You want to actually see the UCTV stage?
Yeah, I mean...
Did you realize the security involved with seeing this stage?
Well, no,
Yeah.
but... Yeah.
Was it like that movie Demolition Man where you have to like take out an eyeball and scan it? You know what I mean? It's like that kind of?
Near enough. Let's do without the eyeball. Let's have a look. Now I've got to ask you to turn away when I put in this code.
Got it.
Otherwise, it will have to be killed.
I saw. What's this?
That's it. That's the set.
This is our set?
That is your set.
This is where the UCLA Next guys have been at.
This is where they've been at.
They got a yellow background. Yellow's for crazy people.
So, do you think we could go on the set?
You know, sit in the chair, just kind of feel it out.
No, I'm sorry, I've got to draw the line. That really is a secure area I can't allow.
Cool, yeah. Who let that turkey in here? Turkey's right there.
I can't see the turkey.
Hi, I'm Scott. I'm so good looking, and I'm kind of like Keanu, Hey, look at me. I'm Scott. Hey. You like doing the news, Cheryl? Hey, Scott. Matrix 3 is having auditions. Ready? Ready? Whoa. Yeah, that's you, Scott. Hey, Scott. Whoa.
He's sorry.
Angle 1, camera 2, wide angle. Move in for the close-up, camera 3. And more love, more love, more love, more love.
Can I take mine off?
No, you have to keep that on. Being directors of ops.
Yeah, you're the director.
You're getting paid for this, huh?
Yeah.
Hello? No, not now. No, it's in the fridge. No, the bottom shelf of the fridge. No, it's next to the cat food. That's it. Okay, thanks. Sorry.
Has there ever been a TV show type program filmed at UCLA
Like a new show,
to like this show, like Next,
Yeah, like Next.
to this caliber.
Of this quality? No, never.
Oh.
This is definitely the first one.
Well, how many new shows have there been?
Including this one?
Yeah.
One.
One?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the first.
Oh. So UCLA Next is the
So what you're saying is we're number one.
Absolutely.
2 times.
3 times.
What was that?
You always mess it up.
Chris, thanks, man.
Hey, dude.
Chris Copel.
Enjoyed it. Thank you.
Rock on. Keep opping the directors and
I enjoy your work.
whatever the heck you do.
Note to you.
Oh, God.
There, please change it.
All right, come on, Scott. Say, whoa, dude. What's the
They're
Matrix?
just cans, ma'am. They're just cans. I never said I look like Keanu.
Alex had your squirm down really good,
He's
Scott.
a crazy. That's all I got. Alex is a good friend of mine, and he wouldn't say that to me. It's that writer. He's obsessed with creating conflict in every scene, but none of it is true. See that? This is it. He makes his stuff up, and his words, they roll across the teleprompter in front of the camera. We have to say them. Cheryl, we'll check Scott's medication and see you next week on UCLA Next. Scott, voiceover. What
Scott,
medication?
Please.
What am I doing?
Guys, who's got the
What's
Prozac?
going on now? Hello.
Guys,
hey.
who's got it?
Anybody
okay, I
have
need my
some water?
water.
Look at me. I'm reading.
They have teleprompters?
They have teleprompters.
We don't got
That
no.
is no
We
fair.
don't
We
got
don't-
no
We
teleprompters.
don't got no teleprompter.
Laugh. Right, Valerie?
I'd go. I
All
like
right.
carrots. You like carrots? You like carrots?
Boy, this is a rip-roaring part of the... isn't it?
How did we get here?
I don't know.
Teleprompter, can you turn it on? Just turn the teleprompter on. Give me a question. Give me a question. Amy, help us out here.
We've lost Amy.
We've lost all hope. Our first 5 shows were excellent. This show, so embarrassing. We're here with Chris Copel, director of ops, and we're just sucking it up today.
Why?
Is that? Can we even say that on the air?
What? Sucking it
It
up?
depends how it's referenced.
Oh.
Camera's laughing again.
Okay, cut, for the love of God!